Welcome back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It's always the case whenever you do anything. However, to make up for that, we've got a really nice guest with us right here. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Sebastian.
How can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, well, my name is Michael. I am a first year for the BA animation course, and I've been drawing for about 6 years, but I've decided to join animation this year um, because I always wanted to do animation.
Awesome. Was there like a moment that inspired you to take up animation, or like any like particular show or series? Like what led you to picking this as a career path?
I wouldn't say there's like a specific show, but there was certainly a lot of movies that I liked. I think it was a movie like the Goofy movie
Mm,
that was when I was younger. I loved that movie, and I still do.
and that gooey cheese.
Yeah. But no, I there's a lot of movies that I liked, and I I just really wanted to make something like that, for quite a long time, especially when I started to draw. Um, but I didn't decide to do it until now because I was a bit too scared. But I decided to really push myself and come here to SAE.
Awesome. And I feel like that kind of like paid off because your work has been submitted for this showcase despite you being a first year,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
honestly, when I got the message that I was selected for a showcase, I was first of all very stunned because I'm not the person thinking that I would be chosen for something like that. But no, I'm very grateful, and I'm very happy that I've been chosen to showcase my stuff. And honestly, seeing what people seeing my stuff and what they've been talking about is very nice and very inspiring and also very motivating
awesome.
as well.
Have you found like looking at the work from like second and third years and the kind of like quality they've presented? Do you feel intimidated, excited, motivated? Like, what's your take on that?
I feel very motivated, to be honest. Like, I don't see it as like, oh, how others would maybe see it as like a competition or anything like that. I see it more as like, oh, I can do this. If they can do this, I could also do this.
Like an opportunity to see what is capable within a year of learning.
Exactly,
Awesome.
exactly.
Has that kind of like motivated you to like when you do the showcase, like when it's your turn next year, that you're gonna pull out the best work you possibly can?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like I have so many plans for like,
Mm,
for like a passion project, even for like
yeah.
the animation league, to even joining that next year,
Yeah.
to really push myself to show what I am capable of.
Yeah, speaking of the Animation League, which is SAE's like, every semester we have a competition in the Animation Lab, which is all about pushing yourself to make one animation every week and competing with your classmates for the title of Annie King, Animation King. And a lot of their stuff, especially like a lot of the finalists' work, is being showcased in the right here, right now on the computers and stuff, so people can see what that league is all about.
Hmm.
Seeing that kind of stuff, how do you feel about like the competition you'll be having next year for that?
Honestly, after witnessing everything that, with the first years and every other year,
Mm.
I feel like there's a lot of people that's gonna be very competitive.
Mm.
Um, but um, but I do like that competitiveness because it really pushes you
Mm.
to, to really do your best that you can. And also, that's the nice thing about the Animation League. It's like you said, that, pushes you to be better and also is a very good practice as well,
Mm.
to be better at animation. So it is very motivating for me as well to, take up that challenge
Awesome.
to do Animation League.
Awesome. Now, um, so you've seen a lot about like the animation side of things, right? But today you're getting a chance to see what the other departments have been up to the whole year. Like they
Hmm.
weren't just twiddling their thumbs while you've been slaving away in Blender.
Hmm.
Have you found like, for example, the game students and the games they've made, or the sound students and their performances as a DJ, or the film students and their production quality for their films? Have you found those kind of things?
Honestly, it's so, being able to see them at the showcase today, it's so cool to see how talented and how skilled everyone else is. Especially I've been through some of the gaming labs and seeing all of what people have done with games and stuff like that. It's very impressive, and especially also with the sound students, where one of the students made their own speaker system, which was very good and it sounds
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, literally. So it's like it just shows you like how, like I said,
Mhm.
impressive, and how dedicated a lot of the students are here
Yeah,
for with their craft.
it's like seeing Lefa's work, who's a third year, right? Seeing his showcase, and all of the like rigging he did for his 3D stuff was done by hand with coding and such. And I'm like, how do you have the time and the ability to do such amazing things?
It's very crazy, but that really
Mm.
shows you how dedicated um, people are with their craft, and it's very inspiring.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about that dedication. You're now finishing your first year at
Yes.
campus. What would you say was the best experience you've had or had here, like work wise, relationship wise, anything wise?
Honestly, I think in general, just the people being around with, the lecturers and, with everyone else, it's just such a very welcoming environment that it makes me very glad that I joined here, but also makes me very excited for the industry because it really shows you what kind of people are in this industry or are excited to be in this industry.
And are going into this industry.
Exactly.
Awesome. What would you say was like the most like challenging part of doing this?
Honestly, I think with everything, just the amount of work. I'm
Mm.
not saying there's like too much work,
Mm.
but it's like the amount of work there is to do, and it really challenges you. And I think the most challenging for me was the actual 2D animation, because
Mm.
I'm not the fastest drawer in the world.
Yeah, that's coming from like an illustrations mindset.
Yeah, I came from like an illustrations mindset, and illustration and animation is very different from each other.
Mm.
Because you in the industry, you have to be like
Yeah, you need to get it done, clean it up later.
exactly. So you have to be very quick about it, and that's something that I had
Mm.
to learn
Yeah.
the hard way.
For me, the hardest thing to learn was that idea of humility.
Exactly.
Because that thing of like learning that the people that you're going with that are doing so many cool, impressive things that are above what you can do doesn't come from nowhere. When you actually talk to them, you realize they've been doing this for years or have
Mm-hmm.
dedicated themselves to this for years, while you might have only like recently started picking it up.
Exactly.
But seeing how people who've come from no art background developing throughout this year has been really cool to see, because I can see how motivated they are to get this as best as they can.
Exactly.
What so what would you say about like these kinds of showcase events where students are showing off what they've done in the year? Do you think that kind of stuff is important? And if yes, why?
I do think it's important because like it gives an opportunity for not only for students and other lecturers to see what the student have done, but also other peers like industry professionals to see your work, and that could literally give you the person an opportunity to probably be contacted by these other industry professionals. Also, may have an opportunity to work at one of these studios, most likely, and yeah, I think that's why it's so important because it just gets your stuff out there
Yeah.
and seen.
Yeah. Would you say it's important for people within the industry itself to come to these kinds of showcases to see what kind of talent is coming out?
I think so because it'll give a more what's the word? It gives more opportunity for students
Mm.
to have a guarantee to actually get a
Yeah.
job.
And it helps these studios see like, oh, I need a background artist. This student's work showcases some good background work. Let me get into contact and see, hey, would you be willing to do some work for us? Or
Exactly.
would you be willing to take up an internship because we see potential? Like
Exactly.
like Lefa, one of the third year students, was given an internship to Chocolate Tribe.
Exactly.
And that was really cool to see because you could see how much he's learned from that, because you can see the work he did before joining them and the work he
Mm-hmm.
did after joining them.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important, it just gives
Mm.
students opportunity.
Yeah. For me, I think the strength of like South African animation or like just South African entertainment media in general comes from that community aspect, that connectedness we have with each other,
Mm-hmm.
that idea of the stories we're all telling each other.
Precisely.
Yeah. So, which is actually the theme of the showcase today. The showcase's theme is your story. So, what would you
Exactly.
say is your story with the work you've produced?
My story. I feel like I'm gonna answer this best I can, but but I think my story is just like I'm trying to tell a story, not only, creatively, but like
Mm.
I want to tell a story of like maybe things in my life that has happened. I
Mm.
want to tell stories about things that have happened in my life, and I really want to really showcase, you know, that there's people have like lives and they have their own stories, and like you
Mm.
said, and I really want to showcase, from the troublesome life, through the troubles I've gone through in life, or like
Mm.
the really difficult parts in life,
Finding
bad or good.
finding a way to show your story so that you know, even though you've worked past these problems, you realize other people still have them,
Exactly.
and you want to show them that there is ways out of it that aren't, because like for a lot of stories they showcase these really big changes a person has to go through in order to get their life for the better, and you want to showcase more of that like minutia to it, like
Mm-hmm.
how like the circumstances and stuff do not define you, and that you kind of need to change it in small ways before you can do the big change.
Yeah, and also I think like trying to showcase something where people people can feel seen in certain
Mm.
things, where they can have a piece of media where they could relate to, and
Mm.
something that I've gone through myself. And I think that's something that's good, not only with animation.
Mm.
You can tell
Yeah.
stories that people can relate to and
Yeah.
make people feel,
Yeah.
but also something that I can
Yeah.
express that's personal to me.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's why I joined, and why I love animation.
yeah. No, animation is great for that, and I'm glad you have like this passion and motivation for it. But with like community work and stuff, right? Like using the other departments. You finished your first year now, which I feel like was mainly dedicated towards you just kind of like honing in your skills, learning the basics and stuff. But next year it's a lot more practical, like physically making a product work.
Exactly, yeah.
Would you be willing to like work with the other departments and stuff? And if so, do you have like plans on doing that?
I think so. Obviously, I think I still need to, when I get into it, when I actually do start with it, then I'll see. But obviously, most likely, I would love to work with other departments. It also would give me an insight of how the other departments work as well, like the music departments, the film departments, and all that stuff. It would be lovely to work with them, because obviously
Yeah,
they are more, they have more expertise
in
in
certain
that kind of
things.
stuff.
Yeah, like we can ask the film students for like help with production. We can
Mm-hmm.
ask sound students to help with like voice recordings and foley work. Even the game students, we can work with them with animation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wanted to make like a game project, or if they need something from me, so it's nothing. I just love how collaborative it is, and being able to help each
Yeah.
other.
Is there any like closing remarks you want to kind of leave us with?
Um, I think I could say is like, if you're someone who wants to do animation or just draw in general, um, you're able to do it, even if you feel like you can't, because I think there's like this dilemma that people think with art and animation or any creative
Because they
thing.
never see like the mistakes; they only see the final product.
Yeah, or like they feel like they can't do it. It's like, oh, I can't do this. I'll never
Yeah.
be good at them. You can.
Yeah.
Like it's something that everyone can learn. Art and animation is something that anyone can learn, as long as you are passionate enough or
Yeah.
dedicated enough. You can do it. It's not something that's locked for specific people.
Yeah.
Anyone can do art.
You hear that, folks? Anyone can do art.
Exactly. Anyone can animate, and anyone can draw.
Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming here. I am very excited to see the work that you're going to be producing.
Thanks,
I
Sebastian.
say this knowing full well I'm seeing you next year in class.
Yeah.
In any case, I'm excited to work with you, bud.
Excited to work with you too, Sebastian.
Okay, cheers, man.
Cheers.
You guys are early. I thought interviews happened after breakfast or after my morning breakdown. Whatever. Please come on in.
Lisa, no.
Terry, I'll help you in a minute, okay? Please come in. Don't mind the chaos.
So I'm sure you have a lot of questions. So let me clarify. Long story short, my roommate and I, Zara, got some pets at a shady pet shop. And they turned into men overnight. I am suffering. But Zara, on the other hand, seems to be handling everything just fine.
Mason, stop eating the furniture! I told you! I'm gonna have to buy you a muzzle!
Mason, he used to be a golden retriever. So, yeah.
Who put these doggy treats in my coffee?
I thought you liked them.
Yeah, I did. When I was a dog. I'm a man now. I need to refine my palate.
You've met Charles. Mixed breed. Very, very high maintenance.
I got a couple of dogs to cope with my abandonment issues, and then they all turned into men. And now all they do is eat all my groceries, bark at the neighbors, and think that pants are optional. We have 3 former pets and 22 days until the spell gets locked in. So yeah, doing great, thriving.
I put my shirt on by myself, see?
Oh, thank you. Good job. Okay, how would you get yourself a snack? Wow, I finished. Yeah, okay? That's Terry. He is, was my bunny. Between you and me, I may or may have not adopted him to cope with my non-existent date life. But he's good company though. Besides the fact that he cries when we watch cooking shows together.
Hey, Gordon Ramsay is scary when he yells.
Oh, Terry. Come here.
They say loneliness makes you do weird things. I didn't think emotionally depending on animals who aren't really animals was going to be one of them.
Okay. You said you have until the next full moon to fix whatever this is. How do you even plan on doing that now that you're, attached?
Good question. Only one way to find out.
Come on! Which one of you stole my slipper?
Got it.
In South Africa, sport is never just sport. It's the rhythm of our streets. It's the stories and moments we share at home. It's the memories we carry for life. It doesn't matter where you are, from the streets of Soweto to the mountaintops of Cape Town. From Durban to Polokwane, when the game begins, we are one. And there's only one place that brings it together. Every try, every goal, every moment that unites us. This is where champions are made, where all South Africans come together, because no matter the game, we are all champions. Only on Super Sports.
You knew, Alora, and you didn't tell me.
Welcome back, guys. Now, I'm going to start this one off a little different. I'm going to start with the story. Once upon a time, SAE had a podcast. It had a host. And then that host graduated. So, the SAE podcast had to go on a bit of a hiatus while we figured things out, getting new hosts, getting new equipment, all that stuff. And now today, to join us as a kind of reboot, we have our ex-host Yanku.
Yes, sir. One and only, one and only. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very tired.
Is it? Interviews have been going well. I've been watching behind the scenes. It's been going very well. I'm
Awesome.
very happy with what you're doing.
Awesome, I'm
It's
glad.
been very sick, and I'm so honored to be here. I'm very blessed to be here. I am currently representing one half of Pinky in the Brain. Shout out to my brother Morocco as well. I'm here representing our legacy. So it's been amazing. We've had a fantastic line of hosts so far. Like shout out first season we had Toto. What a champion of a man. And then it was us. It was Morocco and I, Pinky in the Brain. We were cooking a lot. We were cooking with gas. We were cooking with heat, fire. The stove was.
I
on,
love
bro.
the like dynamic you two had, where the one guy was like the brains of the operation, and you just never knew what was going
I
on.
was just loud, bro. Like, and it worked. Like, that's honestly why I loved it. And we had a very good bouncing off of each other. Like, it just, it just flowed.
Yeah.
Which is really fantastic. But yeah, how do you feel about carrying on the legacy, bro? Like passing the torch. Like, this is some big steps, bro.
I'm excited because I love talking to people. I love being able to like interact and engage with people and discuss like the industry and the community and such. Because for me, a large part about like any of the industries we work for, whether it be sound or gaming or animation or film, is that aspect of community. That's kind of like one of the whole reasons we have the showcase, is to like share our work with our
Sir.
parents, with our peers, with industry veterans and VIPs and such, so that we can get ourselves out there and make better connections. Because 90% of your work comes from connections.
Oh, definitely. Networking. We have been honestly so big on it, and we've been saying SAE the place to be, bro. Like, made me a poet as well, dog. No, so the thing is, we've always been saying SAE, like, this is one of the biggest places where you will have, or this is one of the best places where will have the opportunity to be under the roof with so many creatives in one space at the same time. Like, it's kind of dumb to not network. Like,
Yeah.
since you've got this chance of being at like such a cool environment, cool vibe, like, this is no, boring. This is not a boring space. This is everything except boring, bro. And the thing is, I feel like honestly, if you're not networking, you're shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, the amount of people we've met on this podcast before, the amazing guests, the alumni, it's really been beautiful.
And then on top
bro.
of that, there's the industry weeks we have every
Yes,
semester,
sir.
which is the whole week of industry veterans coming, sharing their knowledge, passing down the secret recipes, those kinds of
course.
things. On top of that, recently, what's it? A production casting directors moved in across from the campus.
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
So who are in charge of like directing like the financing or the like production and behind the scenes of like big art projects and such.
Actually,
And they have an open door policy, so you can go in, ask them questions.
that's
and stuff.
beautiful.
Yeah, the CEO came to us during one of the industry weeks to market themselves and talk about this stuff. It was incredible. But getting back to ex-hosting, you
Yes,
used to,
sir.
you're alumni, so that means you've graduated here. What was your degree that you went into? Like, what department did you focus on?
I'm very biased. I feel it's the best, best direction. I'm in a room full of all of the directions you can go in at a SAE at the moment. So I'm a bit biased, but my brother by the sound desk, we know what's cooking. I finished the degree BA in sound production and audio engineering. It's been the best experience I've ever had. I've had a big upbringing in music. I was always performing. I was always singing choirs. And eventually I just hit like a solo part of my career. And then I decided, like, listen, after matric, I want to see what's the brains of the operation, because I was always, I guess, just singing the songs.
Yeah, up front.
Yeah, but I wanted to know, like, listen, what's cooking in the kitchen, bro? Like, I wanted to know what is the brains of the operation. How do we get to this point?
You're done being the waiter. You want to be the chef.
Amen, bro. So 100% with that being said, a big thing was for me just to see the inner workings of what it is of not just music, but sound in general. The biggest thing that SAE shows you that broadens your perspective, and I think it's in a lot of the disciplines on this campus, is you think, oh, sound production, like it's music. you know.
No.
But when you
No.
get into it, like what's cooking, you see
Yeah.
it's sound, it's audio. I always use the example of dumb things of when you open your car door and your key is still in the ignition, bro. That oak is going off. He's making noise. There is someone that made that sound. That's someone that was cooking with that.
Yeah.
With film as well, it's like, oh, you think you're just like making a movie, bro? No, film is deep.
Like I've only been
Like-
part of like one filming project, and that was as one of the main antagonists for it, as well as the person who was in charge of holding the boom mic. And I didn't realize there's actually a lot going into just holding the boom mic. That was like,
Oh,
you're telling me this is a
hundreds.
whole job?
It's scary tense. Like it's things that you don't think of. Like I said, you as well, animation now. A lot of people are like, oh, bro, you're gonna come to draw. I mean, fair enough, you will, but sculpting, animation, stop motion, all of these things are intertwined with animation.
Because like people don't realize there's a whole pipeline process that you have to follow before you get to the final product. It isn't just immediately jumping into the animation. There's and from like this, post-production takes up 80% of your time.
Oh,
And then
definitely.
sorry, pre-production is 80%, post-production is about 15, and only 5% is the actual animating of things.
Post production and sound. Bro, that's a lot of work.
No, I learned that one the hard way because I had to do Foley for an animatic I made. I didn't realize how hard it was to get audio quality that like actually made it feel like it's in the room.
Exactly. It's mimicking that natural sound in an unnatural environment. Almost.
Yeah, it's insane, and it didn't help that my ambition was like the house was falling apart, going into the void, and I'm like, and then I had to cut to the music, overtaking everything, and I'm like, I'm doing this off of my hopes and graces that I know what I'm doing.
It's like for me, a good example is like animating or like with monsters in video games.
Yeah.
You know, mythical creatures, stuff like that. It's like some of these things do not exist. You know, so how do you know what it sounds
Not
like?
even
So
that-
now you're trying to replicate.
Yeah.
You know, like I saw this one, I think indie game that had like a monster coming out of a cave. You know, roaring, growling, like breaking stuff, and they mixed it with like a tiger roaring, a lion roaring, and then like dolphin noises, and you don't expect it. But like the clicking of the dolphin, they added it, and it sounded like this weird alien-ish type of vibe. It just works so perfectly.
I'm gonna be so honest. When you said dolphin, all I could think of was the
No, it genuinely, that was what it is. So it's crazy how it comes together, creating. You know, I think that's just creative media in general, creating idea out of nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. And honestly, yeah, that's the beauty of the arts, if I can put it like that. And the showcase is just a beautiful way to be like, I'm proud of my work. This is me like making something out of nothing. This is my own ideas that I from the start made it.
Yeah, what did you have to submit for your showcase when you were here?
My showcase, I did a lot of post production. I really enjoyed my post production things. Post production was a big thing for me. I submitted like a song or two, for in my 3 years now I've been here. But post production was my biggest one. It's the funnest thing for me. Animating, putting sound where there is none, essentially. Because sometimes with mixing music, there are certain like guidelines to follow. You know, like if you add too much EQ on this, or too much bass, like too much compression, it sounds bad. You know, it's like to a certain extent, morally, ethically, it doesn't work. If you're doing it like this, you're doing it probably wrong.
Yeah.
With post production, bro, if that compressor is turned all the way up but it sounds good, no one bats an eye. Like we move, like you know, just turn a blind eye. No one saw it. It sounds good. We move. You know,
Yeah,
type of
like
thing.
getting out of that mindset of everything needs to be perfect. Yeah. How did you feel about like people reacting to what you made during that year? Like, do you find that motivating, terrifying, intimidating, inspiring? What did you find it?
I really enjoy showing off, like, personally, my skills and all the skills of, you know, my fellow students. There was a few times as well where I performed at the showcases previously, because I'm also now a musician, of course. And it's the funnest thing, me and my friends coming together, making a song, or me, like, I really enjoy performing. So showcasing talents throughout this campus, whether it's performing. I mean, this year we've got DJing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I was listening to music. He was cooking.
Bro, it's pumping, bro. It's pumping. So for me, it feels to have put the hours into this work, and you know the grind that you have to go through to get this finalized product. You were saying earlier, like some people only see the final product. Obviously, they don't know what's the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it.
Exactly.
So it feels good to me to be able to see something or work on a film. I recently helped like a few of the second years working on one of their films for sound, and it's just beautiful seeing everything come together. Especially we were talking about networking. It's just very beautiful for me to see. This is what I did for the film, but that's only one section of it, and then it's just a beautiful collage of everyone's work coming together, and it's a final product. And being able to say, listen, I was part of a team that just made art. You know, it's very fulfilling. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and so this like whole discussion also links back to what we're talking about of the whole idea of your story. This is your story where you started what you did, but I want to know, where does the story go on to? Where's your story taking you right now?
My story currently, I really enjoy freelancing. That's been my thing. Because I enjoy touching base on a lot of different sectors in the sound industry. So I really enjoy, live sound, post, studio production, like actually recording, being on set, on film, doing sound like for that. So currently I've been freelancing. I've really been enjoying that, being able to go everywhere for it. But I'm trying to work on my music. That's one of my biggest aims. Now that I know what goes on the background of actually creating music, I'm trying to perfect my craft in that.
Hey, and if you need someone to do the album cover, you know where to find people.
Yeah, I'll be knocking on your door, dog. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's where I've been cooking recently. But I have to ask you, how's SAE been? Like, you finished now your first year here.
I've really been enjoying it. Like, for me, things like I'm class rep, so I'm kind of like forced to have constant
very nice,
interaction
yes.
with everyone. I'm really excited with the people I've been seeing who have, in like not just my year group, but with the HCs, the BAs that I'm going to be from the other departments going to be growing up with. All of them have so much potential, and I feel like for me personally, the biggest thing I've been wanting to do this year is just nurture that potential and make sure that everyone stays motivated to get their stuff done.
And
that
grow
people
together.
Yeah, because I'm not the I like the idea of friendly competition, but for me the thing is that like friendly competition is supposed to push you. It's not supposed to bring you down.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all supposed to be growing together, because the best way we're going to push this industry forward for all the industries is by working together.
Definitely. Creative media, it's a massive spider web, and to extend your spider web is honestly fantastic to me.
Yeah.
Because with SAE, the collaboration that happens on campus, like I've been saying it constantly, bro. Collaboration, being able to work with, it's not you're not going to a college or something that just does sound.
Yeah.
You can do sound and be able to work into it with different, essentially real life scenarios of what it would be like if I would actually cool, I know how to record sound on set. I've never done it before. Type of thing. But me being able to be like, okay, I've learned in an enclosed environment how to do sound. But since I'm in such a beautiful network of a campus, I'm able to go to the film students and be like, let me put it to the test in real life scenarios before even getting into the industry.
Exactly. Like, even for like me as an animation student, I need to have like some level of understanding of how to do video compositing, and especially the the film students have to use Blender for like VFXing and rendering. So I know how to do that, so I can help them with that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we also the film students, correct me if I'm wrong, it's called Sound for Film. They have Sound for Film where they use Pro Tools, which is like one of our biggest DAWs. So being able to collaborate with people in that sense is just, it's really a helping hand. And it's beautiful to me.
Awesome. So I'm excited for the rest of the showcase, because believe it or not, Janke will be joining us as a I need to say flexible, not flexing host.
Very flexible, flexing. I'll be here. I'll be enjoying the ride with you guys for the rest of the showcase. And I'm very excited to do it with you, bro.
Yeah. See you guys after the cut.
Check you.
Laura, and you didn't tell me.
Mara, please, I just want to talk. Mara, wake up. No. Okay. Mara, wake up. Jeez. Strong stuff. Twins. Mara, wake up. Fuck, Mara, what did you do?
We have to get to the house on the top of the hill. I've been crashing there for a week. It's the best option we've got.
A week? But you've only been in here a day.
Time works differently here. For you it's been a day, for me it's been about a week and a half.
Are you serious?
You know how a person can dream a whole dream in just 3 seconds?
Wow. So how long have I been in here?
In our world, probably like 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Wow, that's so interesting. I mean, there's this whole world where all our problems and even regrets, they seem so small.
Well, I'm glad you can just switch off your pain like that. For me, it's all consuming. Not to mention my betrayer followed me into my escape attempt.
Mara, I'm sorry.
Sorry won't bring her back, Alora. Fine, just sit there. Say nothing. God knows you're a professional at that.
You don't understand.
No, I think I understand pretty well, thank you. You knew. You knew, Alora, and you didn't tell me.
I was only trying to help. I mean, after Adam died, you were in this deep, dark hole, and I just didn't want you to go any deeper into it.
He was my best friend. He was my whole world.
I know.
I should have been a better daughter. You know, when Adam got sick, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to support him. Mom could have been my second chance. I could have made everything right, but you took that chance from me. You had no right to make that decision for me.
Mara?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Mara, look over there.
Shit, the faceless man. We have to run. Run!
Isn't it fascinating how, in there, only their God can bring someone back from the dead?
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
No need. You're living it.
Why didn't you take me to the hospital?
The hospital? They wouldn't have known how to fix you. Anything interesting in there?
You're right. When?
But don't worry. I won't go poking around your brain.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, guys. We are now here with world renowned. Honestly, how can I even put it? Like international superstar, like like runway model, influencer, movie star, artist. Like the list goes on. Honestly, we are here with the one and only Megan Hollywood. What is up, Megan? How you doing?
I'm good, guys. I'm excited. How are you guys doing?
Scrumptious.
I'm doing great, but for a moment I thought we were interviewing Megan the Stallion. I didn't hear the surname.
Megan Thee Stallion doesn't have anything on Megan Hollywood. Let's be
Listen,
honest. Let's
Yeah,
be honest.
from what I've heard, that's true.
Yeah.
Want to talk about that?
No.
Megan, how have you been? We haven't had you on the podcast in ages. When's the
Yeah.
last time? Maybe the last showcase somewhere?
The last showcase I was on, not even the one
The
before,
one before,
that.
that's
yes, I
yeah,
was
you're
on for
probably
a
too
little
busy
bit.
for us. It has to be.
Never, could
Like,
never be. Could
May
never
we'll it. Megan, what have you been up to? Please tell me, what have we missed in these last 2 years then? Tell us what has
guys.
been your biggest feat. Let me put it like this first. The last time I properly saw you
Yeah.
was at graduation. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
So I graduated, okay, I finished last year and graduation was this year.
Yeah.
And I was surprised to see Megan Hollywood on the stage with me.
I walked the stage,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
I walked the stage. So I was honored enough, obviously, to study film production. So I am an entire filmmaker.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to SAE. Thank you so much for that.
Woo, Oscars, here we come.
Yeah,
Sir.
of course, nothing less. So then, yeah, in between that, you know how it is. I've been out here at schools. If you guys haven't seen me, where have you been? Been getting these kids to come through to SAE and check out what it's all about. But yeah, I've been very busy on the road mostly. So.
Is it?
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
I heard you're cooking with a new position.
I'm cooking.
Cooking with gas.
I'm cooking.
Tell us, flex a bit on us.
Yeah,
Like, just plug yourself.
I heard the head honchos were interested.
Yes. So I got an awesome opportunity. I am now national CRC, which means I am now responsible for both IHS and SAE. So you guys will be seeing a lot of my team at your schools and stuff like that, telling you about what we do and so forth. And I'm kind of in charge of that. So I'm excited for the journey.
Does that mean you're also going to have to start doing the marketing for the Cape Town campus?
For all the campuses.
Fun,
yes.
free
But I'll be
vacation.
working closely with Nicola. She's a heavyweight when it comes to that. So, yeah.
That's awesome to hear. So, speaking of from like as like a first year perspective, I'm only unfortunately getting to know you while you're in your final phases of being here, which
Yeah.
makes me a bit sad because you're a very energetic person and I enjoy
thank
that.
you.
What would you, what department are you part of, and what motivated you to kind of take up being here at SAE?
So the department I fall under is marketing, and I think what motivated me, it's actually a full circle moment. So last night we were out. SAE was invited to Henley Business School because Brandon was speaking there based on gaming. Brandon is our gaming lecturer, and SAE was there as well. And then I saw a lady by the name of Klubin Boya, who is a past actor, and she's the actual one who gave me, well, she presented the gig to me years ago in 2018. She hit me up because I met her on set acting.
Contacts.
And she's like, yo, do you want to come through to SAE? It's a new campus opening. I can't pay you much, just petrol money. And I was like, okay, cool. And since then, I took my shot. I asked the owner at that time if I can start working. He said, yeah, cool. I started from reception, went through to gear room. So yes, I
Hey.
taught Psalms everything he knows.
Of course. We'll have Psalms
And
on
then-
later and we'll fact check this. I'm just
You need to.
saying.
He'll tell you.
Okay,
He'll
cool.
tell
Was
you.
Karabo at that point there?
No, not yet. Karabo was a student, so
Oh,
Karabo
yeah.
knows me from Gearin, but only from a student perspective. And then I went through to marketing, worked there for the longest time, and I've worked myself up to the position where I am now. So when I saw it yesterday, I was like, yo, you called me up one day and you asked, do I want petrol money? And this is where the petrol money got
That's
me.
so sweet.
So yeah, it's, you know, that's why I chose SAE. Also because it's something that aligns with me. We're all creatives here. And my ultimate goal is the film industry. And when I saw it, I fell in love with SAE and the vision. And I think it's so cool also just how to bring to you guys the creative elements and to be like, yo guys, you can do something you love, make money out of it, and also just enjoy your life at the same time.
And meet like-minded people.
Yeah, there we go, which is very important.
I have to say it's been very refreshing, especially from like someone who comes from like high school art and stuff. Where it was very frustrating with like my matric year group specifically was a bit frustrating to work with.
Yeah.
So being able to work with people who are just as excited and passionate about the same industries as you are has been so refreshing because I can actually talk about stuff and people will know what I'm talking about.
There we go. I always say SAE isn't about like isolation, it's about individuation. So you learn who you are, but alongside other people as well. So.
How would you say working on the showcase and marketing for the showcase has been?
So it's been cool. The producers obviously have come through, spoken to me, got some advice and so on. But also what we tried to do is also leave it in your guys' hands. So the students who is running the showcase, because we didn't want to take over. We only here to facilitate. We want the students to live out their dream and their vision and the theme surrounding this year's showcase, which I think is so amazing.
So you offer so you offer the structure and then they fill in the blanks.
Yeah. There
okay,
we go.
awesome.
Yes.
Okay, because that makes sense. Because like obviously that you guys have to organize the computers where everything's going to be set up, and then you say, guys, this is where your stuff is going to be. You organize how it's going to be presented.
So what we do is we give you the facilities, and you choose how you want to present it. So yes, we'll organize the computers for you, but where you want to set that up is up to you. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's your vision, your dream.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm excited for mine next year.
There we go.
Are you going to help us market it?
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. I must.
So Megan, if I can ask you, right, from SAE, nee, bear with me.
Yes, Janku, jy maak my bang.
From your qualifications, right, that you have got here from SAE, what have you been cooking up? From your knowledge from SAE, and listen, is this like NDA territory are we at now? Or like, tell me in your filmmaking process what you've learned from SAE. Has there been something in the, you know...
I actually took a little bit of a break after I graduated, which was obviously just like this year. Took a little bit of a break because I feel like I want to find my voice again.
Yes.
Not that I lost it, but because you learn so much, especially with SAE, and there's so much varsity in that, I wanted to kind of get to a place where I fall in love with film again. So, and it's speaking from a privileged point of view, because you're here every day, you have access to all these things and you take it for granted, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to take a step back, but also I'm going to be honest with you guys, work also just took over.
Fair
It's
enough.
hard because I also love what I do.
Yes.
So when you fall in love with your job and then it's also your passion, I think I'm in between structuring and bringing it together where I can find center. But I am definitely cooking something up with my twin sister, Tessa Hollywood. So just be on the lookout. Yeah, be on the
so there
lookout.
is some. I know there's always something on the back.
There must. I don't know what it is to sit still, guys. Like,
No,
what is that?
No, it is. And what you said, I really like that. I connect through with what you're saying, because it's the type of thing like now you have the abilities. Like now you just need to use it, and it's the type of thing like sometimes you just need to take that breather to be like, now that I have all of this knowledge, where can I go now? Because now it's not just an uneducated idea. Like now
it's
we're cooking with gas.
educated.
You know the production side of it now.
Yeah, and you know what goes into it.
Yes.
But also you need to be so like sure about the story you want to tell. And that goes in all facets, in gaming, in sound production, in filmmaking, and in animation. Everyone is a storyteller. So you need to kind of, take a step back and be like, this is what I want to say. And then you go
I also think that having that like strong mindset of knowing what you want is really important. Like for example, I can't ever I think it's Wes Anderson, the director of Grand Budapest Hotel.
Okay.
one of the things that makes his movies always be on like a shoestring budget but look so impressive is because he knows exactly what he wants.
There we go. There
Like
we go.
there's a whole scene where like the characters are in a train, so they only built the part of the train that the characters were on. They didn't hire out a train or build a whole train. They literally
Yeah.
just had like a cardboard cutout of the background of the scene.
Yeah.
That was in camera frame, and that was all that it was.
See, so those are cool ideas that you can learn, right?
Yeah.
And be like, okay, how are we gonna make this budget stretch?
Yeah,
And how are we gonna produce top tier, productions?
Yes.
No, you definitely make plans. But
So, this is a bit of a question coming from like a first year. Who's
Okay.
only finished his like first baby steps. Because essentially first year is just getting the basics, and second and third year is where the grind starts. You're gonna be I'm gonna be raked across like sandpaper or something. As alumni, what advice or what thing would you tell like someone who's new to SAE?
Okay, I'll let Yanku answer first.
someone that's new at SAE,
Yeah, or like someone who's finishing their first year. Like, what would your like advice be to them?
so in my experience in the sound department, like when it comes to SAE, you don't need to have existing knowledge. Like obviously it does help, but listen, you get taught from scratch. Like for me, for example, is music theory. Like you could know nothing about music, but you get taught from the basics that you have like every weapon you can use, you know, type of thing. So first year, that's your basics. That's like your very big foundation, like of the whole, essentially your career, essentially. Double essentially, crazy. But that's your foundation phase. So now when you're going into your second year and third year, now everything's just gelling together. So I would say as an alumni, it's gonna get a bit more difficult, but keep your head above water because now the beauty of the degree is coming into play. Like now, this is where the proper magic is gonna happen.
I can only echo on what Yanku said, the beauty is now going to happen once you have your degree. So it's qualified information and qualified productions that you're going to be producing. But get excited about the process. Like
It's about
everybody
journey.
wants the end goal, and I know it's cliche, oh, it's not about the destiny, it's about the journey. But that's so true. Like when you fall in love with the process, it makes it easier. Even the no's become less of a knock, and you get excited to try again and try again.
For me, the funny thing is I've always enjoyed the process more than I have the end result. I
Yeah.
love being the person behind the scenes, leading people into the right direction, getting to the final product,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
opposed to being the person that delivers that final
Yeah.
product.
And something else, because you asked for advice, let me tell you, and this is something Nicola told me, and I look up to her so much. She said once, the hardest thing is working with people.
Fair.
And true it is. The hardest thing is working with people. And we are in fields that would require us to work with a lot of people, right? But what you can do in that and what is exciting about that is getting to learn other people and knowing other people and realizing, oh, I had this cool idea. But Sebastian and Yanku have a better idea, and being okay with running with your ideas and not feeling like mine was invalid, because it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It just so happens that you guys could articulate the idea better than I
Could have
did.
been a building block.
Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah. Like, no, that's perfect because essentially a lot of my group work happened that exact same way. We had like a whole thing with like a regular show where one person designed the character and then we built off of that. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
But in any case, Megan, I'm really excited to see the work you're doing. Excited to work with you next year for our showcase.
There we go.
I have a cool idea for what we could do for the theme.
I know you already gave us hints already, so
You're gonna have to rename Hollywood after you and your sister.
hey.
Just paint it purple.
Yeah, it was really fun having you as a guest. It was
Thank
really
you.
great having you again. I'll just give you a first bump in the air, Bluetooth brew. But it
Thank
was
you,
amazing having you
guys.
again. It's such an honor and such a blessing to have you here for so long with
Oh,
our
thank
careers and
you.
journeys at SAE.
And all the best to you guys as well. I need to see your guys' names and credits, and I need to see you guys do amazing
Will
things.
do,
Yeah.
will do.
Do my best.
There we go.
That's it from us.
Awesome.
fairy tales learn? What do you mean? Well, you didn't get a Prince Charming. Not everyone gets a Prince Charming, and that's okay. Good night. What is this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This.
It's probably yours.
I don't wear this fucking shade.
It's not.
Fucking shade.
That's not mine.
Do you remember when we first started dating what you told me? Did you
What?
promise and I'd like your father? Well, you're just fucking like him.
What the fuck did you just say?
You're just like your fucking dad. You were drunk.
What the fuck did you just say? Take it back.
Stop.
Take it back. The fuck did you just say? Take it back. I said take it fucking back.
No, no.
Take it. Take it back. I told you take it back. Fucking take it back.
Every day, I'm gonna love you with all I've got. Six-string dreams, you believe from the start. Just takes time, we'll be fine, bad life. So if you say in the morning that you're halfway going, I'm alright. That don't mean that I won't miss you if anything, girl. I wish you all the while, oh, all the while. I know things won't be the same if you ever walked away, but I can't blame you even if I tried. Love you mad alive.
Hey guys, welcome back. While Yanko is currently deciding what his next line of questioning will be for me, I've brought on board one of the best introverts I know. Hey CJ, how are you doing?
Hi Sebastian, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm tired.
I could say the same.
That's fair. This last semester was a bit of a push.
For sure, there was so much work to do.
I'm happy with what I was able to do. My ambition sometimes outweighs my abilities.
I mean, if you can get your work pace a bit faster, you can complete anything. I know you.
In any case, kind of like introduce yourself and like what department you fall under, why you chose it and such.
Okay, so I'm CJ, and I'm a first-year animation student, and what was it? Why I chose it?
Yeah, why you chose it.
Yeah, I chose it because I really like designing characters and creating stories, and I thought, why not learn animation so I can bring them to life and show them to other people in a way that is like very visually appealing. Like I'm all about the visuals. I love making pretty things. I like making like just the aesthetics of everything, make it shine, you know? Big fan of that. So I
Yeah.
thought, why not be able to do that?
Yeah. Would you say you're less of the nitty gritty and more so the polish, make everything look nice kind of person?
I mean, I could consider myself a bit of both. I do like doing the little nitty gritties, making sure everything matches, all the details line up with each other, everything's coherent and like steady all the way through. But I also like making sure that it looks nice face to face. Like if you just look at it head on, it needs to look
Yeah.
nice.
Well, your
you
work
know?
speaks for itself. It's really good.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to do more stuff next year, but I also know your workflow is really fast, so I'm going to. But that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is your work speaks for itself because it got picked for the showcase today,
Yeah.
despite you being a first year, which is incredible.
And I'm really happy it did.
Yeah, how have you felt like that whole experience of like getting stuff ready for today and being chosen and such? Like, how was that whole experience? Intimidating? Was it kind of like, oh my, or just like, wow?
If I can be honest, I was really surprised that I was chosen because there are so many talented artists here, and the fact that I was even considered, I was like, wow. So I was very excited to compile everything that I have and, you know, put it on the showcase because I'm like, you know what, I've been chosen for a reason, and let's give them the best that I have. You know, I was
So-
quite excited.
And have you felt seeing other people's work? Do you feel like it's comparable? Like it's impressive? Like how would you feel everyone's work showcased here today has been for you so far?
I would say inspiring because I mean I've watched the 2D stop motions and I thought, wow, these are like they're so cute, they're so fun, and I saw the third year's films and it's so inspiring to see what other people in later in this degree can accomplish, and it makes me think, you know, what can I accomplish while I'm here? You know, there's so many cool people here, so many different art styles. They're so different. You know, there's really such a big impact that these people can make, and I want to contribute to that.
Do you feel excited to like see what things they can make in the future, seeing this variety, so we can kind of like break a bit out of the norm of how westernized styles and such look?
Well, for sure. I mean, the people that I've seen and that I'm gonna work with, they're gonna make a huge impact on this industry. I can
Yeah.
just tell.
Okay, that's awesome to see.
Yes.
As for like other things, like you've obviously been looking at the 2D stuff, but like you always see like the gaming students constantly working. You always see all the film students constantly editing. How have you found like the work they've been showcasing?
I like the game student stuff. I mean, I played a couple of their games earlier when I came here, and I thought they were really cute. I mean, obviously their stuff is going to get way better in the future, and it's a very taxing thing to make a game. It's not a 5-minute
Yeah, like
endeavor.
we're complaining
So,
about doing all the animation.
like-
They have to do the animation and all the other stuff.
and the coding too, and they got to make sure that when you interact with it, it works. So
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by the fact that they can make a functioning game, and I know that, you know, once you get that hard part out of the way, you know, it's endless, it's limitless. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
and-
I know that they're gonna get so much better.
And gaming is like a relatively younger medium compared to every other department, so there's still so much more room to grow with
yeah,
it.
there's
And-
so much potential.
And I'm so excited for it because like they can essentially learn from the mistakes of other industries past to not repeat them.
Yes, exactly. They've already got a leg up in referencing everything, you know?
Yeah. But also you've been seeing a lot of the like because essentially these are now alumni who are showing off their work. Do you feel like what they've learned at SAE carried a massive part towards what they were doing?
Yeah. No, this place has a lot of good facilities and a lot of good teachers that really push you to your what you're capable of reaching.
Yeah.
You know?
Also the accessibility to the gear and stuff.
Yeah. No, there's so much stuff that you can access here. It's very easy. You know, you can just come on any random day during the week and just work. You know, there's no hindrance here. It's very nice.
That's interesting. So, talking more about like the kind of work you want to do, what are you hoping to do in the future? Are you hoping to like be the head of like a production, or just be the person in charge of like designing things and making sure everything runs smoothly?
I would want to be the designer of things. Mostly character design, maybe even story design, because I am a huge fan of writing stories and whatnot. But I think character design and character animation is where I would lie later on. And maybe I would even go forward to be a game animator or something to that effect, because that was my original idea when I came here. But then they told me that gaming required a lot of coding, and I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of that. Let me specialize in the animation first, so that I have that skill that's transferable to when
Yeah.
somebody needs characters for a game or cutscenes.
As someone who has like worked on like as like an asset designer for some games and stuff, it's not that hard to go from 3D to game modeling and stuff. It's literally just a difference of you're now working in quads, now you're doing tries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why not have the very like be comfortable in animating
Yeah.
first, because you can go anywhere.
Yeah, we both need to figure out our topology out first, though.
Oh gosh, no! I'm gonna take the new retopper flow. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna master that in the holidays. Trust.
Trust. Okay, I'm still stuck with UV unwrapping.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, you're gonna UV unwrap my things for me. I'll design it for you. You UV unwrap for
I
me.
like
How's that?
designing though.
Okay, but you said to me, now don't turn your words. You said in class that you were willing to do the UV unwrapping.
I'm still willing.
Mhm.
Any case, getting back on topic.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is that a lot of really fun things are happening and a lot of things are going on here. So what would you say is your experience as being a first year at this campus has been like?
It's been very pleasant. I mean, the community's great. I felt very welcomed when I first came here. I didn't feel like I need to try too hard to fit in, because there's a lot of people who share the same like interests, the same talents, and you can find a very nice middle ground with people where you know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how's your art? How's your art? You guys can share, you can compare, you can grow with each other.
And you found that, like, even though you don't have to necessarily be friends with people, you can still learn to work together or at least be professional in the same environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't think we've had any issues with any of our classmates or not.
No. Everybody's been very friendly with each other, and we don't have to be like super tight friends, but I can go up to one of the other students, like, I don't know, Mahal. He could probably teach me, hey, this is like a cool lighting trick in 3D, because I saw his 3D things and he's so good,
When I looked at his things, I was like, man, my thing looks so mediocre compared to how cool this is.
Yeah, some people just have the skills, and it's really nice.
Or
that
the
you can
sauce
just-
for it.
You can just interact with them without much difficulty.
Yeah. And how have you felt? Speaking of interaction, how have you felt about like people interacting with your stuff today, like the showcase and such?
I mean, I'm not sure who has and who hasn't seen my stuff, especially for the Animation League. That's the one that's where most of my best work is. But the people who have seen, they've been quite impressed, and I'm really happy because I worked
Awesome.
really hard on that. And I'm super proud of everybody in the Animation League as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really hoping for Amo to like really cook, because that man, he's got a good sense of comedy.
Exactly. Like, I need to see his best work next year.
Yeah.
I better.
You better, you're gonna threaten him.
Yeah, I'm gonna threaten him. Isn't he a third year next year?
Yeah, it's third year next year.
Exactly. So, like, I
Yeah.
better see this man lock in and cook.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see where Lefa is going.
I saw Lefa's work. I was like,
Lefa's gonna
blown away.
He's gonna set the new standard in South Africa for 3D, I'm telling you now.
For sure. He's gonna be really big out there.
Yeah. Are you excited to go into next year when like it's your chance to do the showcase?
I'm not one for events, and I get quite nervous, but, with
We've
working
been doing
with,
well
like,
so far, so.
I mean, that's because you're here, so, my favorite extrovert,
Yay.
But I think, yeah, working with everybody to get this set up would be very nice. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
very willing to contribute.
Megan, who's doing the marketing for this, is going to be working with us next year as
Oh,
well. So.
nice. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
so we have some professionals working with us.
Awesome.
Yeah. And how have you felt like working with, like, I know we haven't had a chance to work with the other departments. We've only really been working with some of the sound students for like recordings of voices and fully in our first semester.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about like working more on stuff with the other departments next year?
I think that would be really cool. I mean, I haven't had a chance to work with the sound students, but I know I have a couple sound friends that I'm definitely going to ask for help next year. And I think, because you can always get a different perspective on things with the different departments, like they could give you a piece of advice, you can give them advice. And it's nice to mingle with other people in the industry, because now
Yeah.
you know them for later in the future. So I'm very willing.
Yeah. I'm really excited because like I have ideas for, like how to incorporate live action footage into animation.
Yeah.
And that could be really fun to do with the film students.
I mean, I saw a couple in the showcase today and they looked really nice. So it's endless.
Yeah, it's endless possibilities.
Right? It's awesome.
But yeah. Then a couple of like last things and such is kind of like, what would you say to like anyone who's thinking of coming to this campus?
I would highly recommend. I would say if you're very passionate about what you want to do, whether you want to go into film, game design, animation, if you are passionate and you're determined to what you want to do, come here, because they will push you to your utmost. Like, they will make sure that you reach the potential that you're capable of reaching, and you will go very far if you are truly passionate about what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And speaking of that same passion, like the whole point of this event is like to talk about your story, and I feel like your passion is a large part of your story. Would you
for
say?
sure.
So, is there like any other aspect you want to talk about, like about your story when it comes to these things? Like, how do you represent that in your work?
I mean, I usually represent like who I am as a person, like being very like feminist inclined. I love women, I love supporting women, and my work usually showcases such, because I have a lot of female designs, a lot of stories showcasing that, like strong independent female characters, and I feel like putting that into the industry would be very nice, and it is a very big like display of who I am as a person. So when it comes to just
Being comfortable in
community
your
stuff.
in your
Yeah.
identity and such.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
It's a good indicator of who I am.
That's a nice motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, but awesome, CJ. It has been an absolute splendor talking to you, and I'm really excited to be working with you next year. I'm hoping we don't butt heads, because it would make me very sad.
I don't think so, Seb. I think we'll work together just fine. Yippee! I think we're gonna be awesome sauce, as I say.
Awesome sauce. 6 sauces whole.
Exactly.
Okay. Cheers, CJ.
Cheers, man.
See you later, fam.
You left me there. You embarrassed me in front of everyone.
I left because you were performing again for people. Like
no.
always.
No. I was standing up for us. But you love playing victim.
Don't twist this. I'm tired of you flipping everything.
Then maybe don't provoke me. You like thinking that you're better than me or something. Yo!
No, because I'm walking away from you, from this mess, okay?
You're not walking away from anything. You love carrying yourself like a fucking idiot.
Come on. Let's not fight like this, bro. Come here. You know I love you, right?
He said he loved me.
goduka. Angizothatha ixesha lide mntanam ngoku, ndizawukhawuleza ndibuye. Ngeke kuba xa ndikuphathele into entsha uyawubona ukuba ndiselungelweni lokuba ndingakwenzela okulungileyo. Ndijonge ukumenyezela ndabulibala ubunzima, kodwa ndikhethe kakubi kwakhona.
Hoi, ek het nou net by die huis aangekom. Die vlug was goed gewees. Die arme vrou langs my het seker gedink ek is mal. Want ek sweer, selfs na die stort ruik ek steeds soos die rook van die kampvuur. Anyway, ek wil jou net laat weet het dat ek het 'n goeie tyd gehad en ek gaan jou mis.
Waar wil jy wees? Want jou bestemming is te ver. Vlieg oor die land se kansel weg vir my. Ek voel dit nou, ek voel dit hier. Staan al eeuwe teen die muur, ek sou kan nou. Ek voel soms sien sy nou. Die lig is blou soos 'n vuur, waar ek sonder jou hier. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek weet is te gauw, maar ek sonder jou nou. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek sê waar van die tyd ons heen. Sweef soos die wind, want hier sit te vinnig en te ras. Sê jou hier kort jy net die kans om te lewe. Ek voel dit nou, ek voel dit hier. Staan al eeuwe teen die muur, ek sou kan nou. Ek voel soms sien sy nou. Die lig is blou soos 'n vuur, waar ek sonder jou hier. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek weet is te gauw, waar ek sonder jou nou. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek sê waar van die tyd ons heen. Lig is blou soos 'n vuur, waar ek sonder jou hier. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek weet is te gauw, waar ek sonder jou nou. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek sê waar van die tyd ons heen. Lig is blou soos 'n vuur, waar ek sonder jou hier. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Weer is te gauw, waar ek sonder jou nou. Waar van die tyd ons heen. Ek sê waar van die tyd ons heen. it's all my fault. Never cared for your heart. Now we fell apart. I'm sitting in the dark. Don't know what to do, so I put the car in park. And I let it out. I know I let you down, 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 down. You poured your heart out, out, out. I was out of town, town, town. If you stay, will we break up? Will we break up? If you stay, will we make up? Will we make up? Will we make up? If you stay, 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 I wouldn't play games. If you stay, I would stay in my lane. Pray things stay the same, same.
Isn't it fascinating how, in there, only their God can bring someone back from the dead?
Haven't gotten to that part yet.
No need. You're living it.
Why didn't you take me to the hospital?
The hospital? They wouldn't have known how to fix you. Anything interesting in there?
Right. When?
But don't worry. I won't go poking around your brain.
In South Africa, sport is never just sport. It's the rhythm of our streets. It's the stories and moments we share at home. It's the memories we carry for life. It doesn't matter where you are, from the streets of Soweto to the mountaintops of Cape Town. From Durban to Polokwane, when the game begins, we are one. And there's only one place that brings it together. Every try, every goal, every moment that unites us. This is where champions are made, where all South Africans come together. Because no matter the game, we are all champions. Only on Super Sports.
You knew. You knew, Alora, and you didn't tell me.
Laura, please, I just want to talk.
Welcome back, guys, to the SAE Mic'd Up podcast, the Creative Showcase edition. Now, people, campus has been booming, campus has been sick, it's been so beautiful. But the thing on all of our minds has been the artwork, like our mascots, bro. Like, and we are here with the creators. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Green. Usually, they call me that on campus.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I did the mascot design with the Kung.
So please tell me, guys, how did this come to be? Like, where was the origin? How did it come to life?
So honestly, firstly, I have a big fascination with spiders, and that's like kind of why we looked at Anansi, the Ghanaian spider mythology, and we just the broad idea specifically was that I like webs. Webs kind of connect people and stories, and if you think about it, at the end of the day, our courses, the film, animation, sound, gaming, all interlink into one, and that's us wanting to tell a story, which was what Enchanted kind of felt like to us, to tell a magical little enchanted story, right? And then when we focused on design, that was like on them specifically.
So I spoke with Dekang about the designs, and he said he was like really inspired by Ghanaian cultures and like the art styles, symbolism, you know, and Anansi is from Ghanaian culture. And so we just kind of ran with that, and the story behind the characters. So the main character, well, not main character, but the older sister. Her name's Imefa. So she's kind of like this witch that's like trying to gain power, and she seeks out Anansi to gain that power. But her little sister also like wants to gain power because she wants to be like her sister. So the little sister's name is Aya. That's the design Dekang did. And she kind of sneaks into the meeting with Anansi, and they both get cursed. Amefa is cursed to weave stories using her new limbs and stuff. And Aya was cursed to have 6 extra limbs because she was eavesdropping. She wasn't supposed to be in the conversation.
Crazy, yeah.
And yeah, so I used a lot of like bold colors and, you know,
Beautiful colors, honestly.
I tried to incorporate some of the SAE colors in there as well. And there are some notes to some spider webs in her overall cloak designs. and she has those little shells. I don't remember what they're called. Do you remember?
I have no proper clue on that because trust me, we were like looking at names and there was like a lot of new words for us, and it was like, okay, damn it. Then we had
The
like
foreign
another.
territory, bro. This is uncharted
Yeah, man, no,
territory.
it was like we have it now. We can talk about it now. We have everything sorted. But like when you asked us after, like another 7 assignments after that one, yeah, it's kind of just a blur.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, so let me ask. Now, this is coming from a dumb sound guy, right? Bear with me. Bear with me. I can't draw to save my life. Yeah? How does one start the creative process? Because fair enough, I believe every creative medium has like your reference, reference art, reference pictures, reference songs, stuff like that, and your influences.
Yeah.
How did these drawings, artworks, what made it come to life for you? What was the process that made it come to life?
So, like I said, like you said, it takes a lot of like referencing and stuff. So how it started is we first made like a Pinterest board with everything, like
A lot of
everything we
things.
found relevant, pretty, something cool, something fantasy. Trying to find what would fit with our characters, basing it off of Anansi. So we did research on Anansi the spider, Ghanaian cultures, and a whole lovely Pinterest board filled with it. And from there, you just kind of start drawing. Like you find a face that you think will represent the students, yeah, and you just kind of go from there, and the rest just kind of just comes to you.
So, if you're saying the rest just comes to you, stupid sound guy, bear with me, man. What is your guys' like medium of getting into the zone? Like, if you're like, Blaze, I need to lock in now to like get the creative juices flowing for something like this, because it sounds stupid, but some people who listen to music find, that type of thing. So, but the thing is, obviously, you can't listen to music while making music.
Okay, yeah.
That's the issue. Eh? So, do you guys have like, what is your path of getting there? Is it music there? Is it just checking other animations, maybe second monitor type of thing? Where does that come from?
It's honestly like music that plays a very big part, I would say, and then just trial and error your way through. Because when I tell you the amount of sketches that came through, and we were like, yeah, I don't know, man, let's send it back in again and see about that.
Let's try that.
So it's literally just trial and error and just
so
pushing.
Tell me as well, have you guys submitted anything else for the showcase? Or like Bless, this is good, like we peak? No, I'm just kidding. We don't, guys didn't peak. Like, not close, but
not to flex or anything, but yeah, we are kind of responsible for a majority of the posters on campus, the masks. Of course, marketing and branding in the showcase department did also play a very big part in that.
Yeah.
But a lot of what was done with us did play, how would I say, inspiration? Yeah, so it's
okay. Since stupid sound guy, where did the marketing and branding? What was your biggest challenges while obviously making, like being a part of the marketing team, being a part of the branding team to run such a big event? Because I mean, without the marketing and branding, like we won't know about it properly. Like what was your biggest challenges with that?
Firstly, obviously, communication.
Yeah.
Outside of communication, though, however, I would say that it did get a little loopy doopy with, as we said, character designs. So it got picked and it was okay, sent through to branding, and marketing had that, and then we kind of redesigned everything again. So it was like, okay, yeah, you guys need to do this again. On top of all of that, the main thing was communication, man. Honestly, everything else
But
was
it is
okay.
difficult because a lot of I know behind the scenes, everyone was scatterbrained. Like I did not see one person that was like, yeah, good, bro. Like I mean, everyone did lock in. Like let's be honest, and it became such a beautiful thing. Everyone did lock in to like make a beautiful event, and this is only session 1. Like we're still chilling in session 1. Session 2, I think is gonna be pretty big because my team back there, I think we've got a lot of tickets for the second session. Man, I'm very excited for that. I think it's gonna be a lot more stress than the first session. But I'm excited to see what comes. So how did it feel like being part of a team? Because we were speaking about it earlier. What is your favorite part of the process? Is it the journey or the result of it? To be like, I have now created this. Now this is my work. This is my art. You know, this is my creative medium. Or would you guys rather choose getting there? You know, like you said, the sketches that were thrown away, like the A4 papers that were crumpled and like missing the dustbin. You know, type of thing. Like, what's your rather favorite section of it?
I'd say the process. Like I can't speak for everybody, but I genuinely enjoy the research behind these designs, like looking up Pinterest boards, finding just the right color schemes, design palettes, like what line art I'm gonna use. It's very satisfying. Like seeing it all come together, yes, it's very nice, but that process is like what really gets you going. Like
That's fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really where like the magic happens with it.
Yeah, I think I like both, honestly.
That's true.
The process of getting there and starting it and ending it and looking at it like, wow, look at
Like,
all our
I
hard
did
work.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So also asking with the process now being, I don't know this area of work. Honestly, I've said it a few times now. But how do you guys work when it comes to like designing these graphics? How does the teamwork come into it to play? Or would you guys rather say you like going solo?
I guess it depends on the project. With this one, we did kind of split it in such a way it was like, hey, here's character sketches, and then others focused on color palettes, and then others focused on like font and poster design. So it kind of was easier and nicer that way, and a little less stressful, honestly.
Yeah, me and Dekang were the ones that were like discussing behind the scenes what the characters were gonna look like.
Yeah.
And we just kind of sent it through to the group and asked for feedback, which I always love receiving feedback because, you know, art always needs improvement. If people are telling you it's good all the time, they're lying. Like, they need to tell you straight, like, this is not great.
I know.
No, very fair, very fair. Now, with second opinions, how do you feel about backseat drivers, bro? And how, let's say it like this, how do we feel about backseat drivers and how do we deal with them?
Given what
And,
context?
like, with art specifically, like the drawing process and stuff like that, how do you guys deal with criticism?
Take it as a challenge to
Yeah.
get better.
But also it depends who it's coming from too.
That is
because not everyone is out to give you the right advice. So
You gotta pick and choose.
Yeah.
Like, if you know, you just gotta know your own work and
who you're dealing with too.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, based on criticism, what would each of you guys say was like a criticism or like constructive criticism, you know, like that you have taken to heart and it's been keeping with you with your like drawing / animating journey, like an animation and SAE in general? What's like one tidbit you would be able to be like, this person told me this and I kept it to heart and I will keep on like preaching it to the next generations?
This for me was like way back in my higher certificate year, but my lecturer at the time had told us that we shouldn't focus too much on the end result and much rather just the process, because the process is going to show us exactly how far we've come from where we started. So more or less just the improvement of it all, man. As long as what I'm making now is better than what was yesterday, I'm getting somewhere.
Yes.
So Potts is kind of my inspiration
Yes.
here.
We love Potts.
From higher certificate. Love him. It's a bit harsh, but it still sticks with me. He said if it doesn't make you cry, it you're not gonna remember it. So cry about your work, feel the emotions. Like, you know, you're gonna remember it a lot better when it's made you like lose all hope. And you know, that kind of helps.
It does.
Oh, it makes sense. Like it's very like putting the emotions. It's a creative medium. You have to put in the like
a lot.
Obviously your emotions in it.
Yeah.
And I wanna ask one final question. Since this is the creative showcase, this is the final part of the year. What was your standout part of the year at SAE in your craftsmanship, if I could put it like that?
So we had a second year film for our stop motion project. Honestly, firstly, loved my team, amazing, 10 out of 10. Outside of that too, just the entire process, I never saw myself doing stop motion. I think I actually want to do more research into that as a medium, and like that was like the peak bit for me. That was amazing.
Same here. The stop motion films were so cool, and the people in our groups were all amazing. Like, wouldn't trade that for anything.
No, I think it's so like the friends we made along the way type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you for making like the face of the showcase. Like that's a big reputation. I think you guys did pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you. But thank you so much, and I'm glad to have you guys here. Had you guys here, and we're excited for the second session.
Yeah, good luck with that because we're leaving at 2. So
Hey, dude, we still had to put in the grind with the podcast. But thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you soon.